I'm Dennis Grams. I am Jayne Snyder's cousin. We were born 2 months apart, and our mothers were sisters. That's how I'm related to Jayne. What she would say to this is she doesn't really deserve it. A lot of people helped her do all these things. And then she would really thank everybody and appreciate the fact that they recognized her, because she did appreciate people that thought she'd done good things, but she wouldn't want to take the spotlight on it at all, just the way she was. Jayne, all of her life, has been into health and healthcare and dealing with the public and people. And in the background, she's always also, through the American Physical Therapists Association, dealt with politicians and the political side of their industry. And she'd done lobbying, and she'd worked with Congress and senators in Washington at the state level. She'd always had a passion for dealing with the political world, and I think there was an itch there. If Jayne had lived longer, I'm almost positive she would have run for higher office. She just loved to do that, and she loved the competition involved. She's a very competitive person, so that's what drove her. Jayne was an avid runner. She started running years and years ago. Her goal was to try and run a marathon in every state. She'd run marathons one week, take a week or two off, run another one. She ran 27 different state marathons, and of course she didn't have time to run the rest of them, but she wanted to, and she, at all the runs she had, the other runs beside the marathon, she'd get t-shirts, and she'd bring them home from the run, and then she'd stick the t-shirts in a closet, and she had over 600 t-shirts. And so we made her sit down before she got really sick, and she wasn't feeling good, but she really had fun doing it. We went through all those t-shirts, picked out about 40 of her favorite ones, and those t-shirts then cut them up, made a quilt. My wife sewed up a quilt out of her t-shirts and then gave it to her when she was getting pretty sick, and she just lit up like a light. It was really neat to watch her, because she loved that quilt, and so that was worth all the work involved, just to give her one final happy thought. Jayne has been active in the trail systems in Lincoln for years. She was one of the first folks that invested and put their own house up as collateral to buy the Mopac trail system out there, and then they raised money to get their houses back. But she was involved with that, and an avid trail supporter. And when they decided to name the trail center the Jayne Snyder Trail Center, that really meant a lot to her. Of course, again, she doesn't like accolades, but she really did appreciate that, and was pretty proud of that happening to her.